dumpsters and I got losses.
𝐂𝐎𝐍𝐄𝐑 is not moving. What a way to win.
That says something.
Unstick in this match exactly with that.
They are going full Brazil, right? It is.
𝐂𝐎𝐍𝐿𝐼's loading in. It is all smiles.
𝐁𝐀𝐑, wow! Wow! Cthulhu is dead in the water.
Super Scope is celebrating.
Well, I do have to award the golden dumpster to your brother.
It's not my honor, but it is my duty to give you this golden dumpster.
Oh, that shot is just indecent.
It's almost personal, Chris. Wow! The battery is coming out on Germany. Let's go, Corey! I'm doing this. Corey, let's go!
See that 𝐂𝐎𝐍𝐅𝐿 just baiting.
Ooh,
there's a good
here in the next 40 seconds. Good hits here in the last 10 seconds of this fight. A unanimous judges' decision for Brandon Bennett, Young, and Vorion. You can see the shock on his face.
Brandon, congratulations.
Good morning and welcome to beautiful downtown Norwalk, Connecticut for the 2023 NHRL Championships. Chris, this is the culmination of a very long year of incredibly tough competition. I cannot wait for the action today.
So many incredible storylines have made their way through 2023, and we have an incredible lineup of builders and bots upstairs in the pits.
And our World Finals is on Veterans Day, so a very happy Veterans Day to all of you in the U.S. And thank you, veterans, for your service. Now we're going to go to Cage 4, and Brazilians, prepare yourselves for joy and delight. We have Rato and 𝐶HBATA. Now he's facing off against Jordan Neal and 𝐂𝐎𝐍𝐼 here, which is this compact vert, and 𝐶HBATA here entering this fight as this big orange robot, just an incredibly destructive horizontal spinner. Now Rato, this is his very first robot here at NHRL, and he has been absolutely obsessed this year with performance, improving the performance of 𝐶HBATA. And Rato, of course, has many, many, many millions of fans in Brazil, and no doubt they are cheering on the live chat right now for their favorite builder here in the competition today.
Rato also brought his father all the way from Brazil for this competition.
Wow.
I asked him last night, when are you going to bring a bot to NHRL? He says, I did. It's 𝐶HBATA.
There you go.
Fight, robots, fight.
Oh my God, a fast start here from 𝐂𝐎𝐍𝐼. Good box rush here from Jordan Neal, and he has taken it into the blue corner. Chaotic start. You can hear that short spin up, but that weapon is very silent right now. Has 𝐂𝐎𝐼's weapon gone down? I think it may have.
I think I saw what looked like a part of maybe its belt got sheared off after that first big contact, and it's currently in the corner of the box.
Now 𝐂𝐎𝐼 is crab walking. 𝐶HBATA, this is your time to come in here and capitalize. You have 2 minutes and 30 seconds here on the clock. 𝐶HBATA is in a great position to continue to eat away at 𝐂𝐎𝐼. Oh, it's a tap out. It's a tap out.
Wow.
Rato winning that fight with 𝐶HBATA.
Rato!
Rato winning that fight. Incredible. We're going to absolutely see this fight on YouTube later. Rato is an incredibly popular YouTuber there in Brazil, has a lot of fans. Bringing those fans here into the live stream today, they are excited for him.
Hey guys, that's right. I am here standing next to Rato and the 30-pounder 𝐐𝐐𝐑 here all the way from Brazil. Rato, you took out 𝐂𝐎𝐍𝐷 in your first match. You have obviously a long day still ahead of you. Do you know who you're fighting next, and what's your strategy going into it?
I don't have a strategy. So the opponent is so strong. Your Apple is really fast, you know. It's the opposite of my robot. And I will make it dominate the middle, you know. It's my strategy today.
Did you have any damage that 𝐂𝐎𝐍𝐷 had done to 𝐐𝐿𝐴 that you've had to fix in the interim here?
I have a big problem because I buy aluminum 70-75, but they bring another aluminum for my locomotion, and my locomotion is not so good. It's not so good, but I have another piece, and I fix my locomotion. For this battle, it's okay, but I have this problem because I buy one thing and they Brazil, you know. I have this problem.
Now, according to Lindsay, I think there's about 150 million fans from Brazil in the live chat right now. Do you have anything to say to them?
Can be Portuguese?
Yeah, sure.
Ok. Pessoal, tamo aí. Além de tudo, tô me divertindo. Pra mim, tá sendo uma superação tá aqui. Trouxe meu pai tá ali me ajudando ali agora. Entendeu? Então, é isso. Ganhamos a primeira, a gente só precisa ganhar mais uma. Perdendo essa, a gente tem outra chance. E o 𝐐𝐿𝐴 tá tranquilo. Fica tranquilo que isso aqui é tudo bait. Tudo bait.
What he said. Back to you guys at the desk.
Kind of surprising, actually. So there you go. I believe that's a decisive win for SGF.
It's one of the most decisive wins we've had, period. And I expect nothing less of a blade of that size. The blade on that robot weighs almost as much as an entire robot from another team. I mean, it is... I'm trying to remember. I want to say 18 or 20 pounds.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's about the same weight as like one of the mini bots from like polyester.
Right.
Whew. Oh my goodness. All right, so we are now going from one ridiculous fight to another. This is 𝐐𝐍𝐵ATA versus Vorion. Rato has had a phenomenal showing today already, but they are now facing off against Brandon Bennett-Young and his apex predator in Vorion. This is the bot he has put so much effort and time into over the course of the last year. It is the secondary version of his bot phenomenon. And in Brandon's mind, this is his bot that can win.
That man's clearly setting up a little prayer there.
The entire
making sure all of the good, what is that? The good juju, the
good energy, the good vibes.
Energy, the good vibes, just pouring into his body and pouring into his performance here.
There you can see Rato's team with their new jerseys for this event. They look phenomenal.
You know, I had a little bit of a...
5.
I had a hard time hearing earlier, but I was really interested to hear what Rato was saying to his fans earlier. He's telling everyone else that he thought he was, you know, really an underdog here. He thought that he was, you know, a little bit of imposter syndrome almost. He feels much better now. His competition, his ability to compete is surpassing what he expected.
Yeah.
And his confidence
I'd say that's true right now. Vorion is not moving. 𝐐𝐍𝐵ATA is definitely slowing down, but I think that's strategic. I think they're waiting to see what happens here. There is no movement from Vorion at all after that first hit. And the weapon has shut all the way down, and the Brazilians are celebrating.
As they should. That is incredible.
A one-hit KO against Vorion.
You do not expect to see that against a competitor like Vorion. That robot has had so much time and effort put into it. It is so dialed in. For a one-hit KO to happen like that is stunning. And with that, of course, 𝐐𝐍𝐵ATA and Rato are now in the bracket. They have made themselves into the final championship bracket. That has got to feel incredible for the Brazilian.
Wow, Brandon is just trying to figure out what happened. Whew. I mean, that was such a massive hit. Now, Brandon still has a chance with Vorion in the third round of the qualifiers. But wow, that was such a massive hit from Rato and 𝐐𝐍𝐅𝐷. We're getting to the nitty-gritty with big hits. He's already out there signing autographs. Look at that. Oh, yeah.
We're going to go to the replay here. We can see that one big hit. Popping Vorion up onto the side. And that, I think that was really the ball game.
Yeah, that's the whole...
Oh, that is a classy signature, isn't it, Kyle?
Yeah, I mean, he's been a little celebrity for a while now. I think he knows how to do it. He knows how to give the people what they want.
The tiny rat fingers. It's
good,
it's incredible, right? He can even hold a pen.
They trained him with lots of cheese.
Yeah, yeah. Well, they drug the water bottles, right? Isn't that a thing in those experiments?
That's true, yeah.
Well, we are here. That an absolutely decisive win. I'm really interested to hear from the pits. Perhaps later, Chris can give us a little bit of insight as to what happened with Vorion and Brandon Bennett Young's hopes for an easy win.
We've seen Vorion take shots like that before.
Yeah, time and time again.
And be perfectly fine. So that's very surprising that went that way. Congratulations to Rato.
Something clearly went wrong, and we're just going to have to find out what that was.
Luckily, that's not the last chance for Vorion. They have the third round that they're still able to qualify for the bracket, but Rato moves forward. They will be in the bracket, and they're probably going to have a very good seed. Yeah,
it's going to be, I think, a good place for them to advance. And with that confidence, honestly, I think I've noticed this before with Rato. He holds himself back a little bit.
Yeah, he does.
It's tough, and that's that little feeling of confidence. As long as you don't let it go to your head, that can make a huge difference to your competitive nature.
Absolutely. It makes you not make some decisions and make some other decisions that are a little bit more aggressive, which might be helpful, especially this late in the tournament. In the meantime, though, we do have a very special event coming up in December. So we're going to watch a little package about that right now.
Let's go. Speaking of the best, look at this incredible team we have here in the control room. Say hello, everybody. You could launch a mission to Mars from our control room. And in fact, I wouldn't put it past Austin to do so one of these days. These folks work.
All right, let's check in upstairs with Lindsay, who has a super chat. Hello, Lindsay.
Hello, Luke. I actually have 2 super chats here for you.
Good.
So yeah, the first one here, if you can imagine, do you want to take a guess what it's about? It's about 𝐐𝐍𝐼𝐷. So where it says BR, it's actually supposed to be a Brazilian flag. I don't know why it's not showing up, but
I thought this was reading like 𝐐𝐍𝐼𝐷, brr, Rato, brr. Mandabraza, brr.
This is from Arthur. He says 𝐐𝐍𝐼𝐷, Rato, Mandabraza. Now, I tried to use Google Translate to find out what Mandabraza means, but it didn't return anything, so there you have it.
Okay. Well, did you put in the BR? Maybe you... Yeah, there you go.
And then the second one here is...
Now, we're going to wait for that judge's decision, but first, let's check in here with 𝐂𝐍𝐷. I think we have another fight loaded in.
Ooh, what do we got? What do we got?
All right, we've got 𝐐𝐍𝐼𝐷 facing off against Toro Feather. Now, 𝐐𝐍𝐼𝐷 run by Rato here in the pink corner. Both Rato and Toro have advanced through these play-in matches, and they are facing one another. 2 Brazilians enter the box, only 1 exits.
Rato has had a phenomenal tournament. I think a lot of his success he attributes to his father that he brought with him for his teammate this time around.
That is very cool.
Isn't that neat?
Yeah, I do love that. And Team Riobots here running Toro Feather here in the blue corner. And fighting their friends, it doesn't feel great. You know, these are people, you know, who flew an incredible distance to get here.
Yeah.
They help one another in between competitions, and only one of them is going to be advancing.
Junior de Souza, captain of the Riobots Toro Feather, He's been doing a phenomenal job getting the bot ready. It's the best looking version of Toro Feather I think we've ever had in an HRL, and it's performed beautifully today. That drum is hitting like a brick. Heck, harder than a brick. I bet if that drum hit a brick, it would obliterate the brick.
Yeah, you could definitely use this for, you know, brick wall demolition, you know, if you needed it. Don't need a jackhammer. You just need a dominant featherweight from Brazil.
Just bring a Toro Feather from Brazil. It'll be fine.
4,
yeah, there you go.
3, 2, 1. Fight, robots, fight.
All right, we can see good spin up here from 𝐂𝐻𝐑. Toro Feather, though, really eager to pop 𝐂𝐻𝐑 in the air, but 𝐂𝐻𝐑 getting under Toro in this first exchange. Nice little shower of sparks there. Wow, 𝐂𝐻𝐑 really hanging in here with Toro. Now you're not seeing that characteristic Toro drive style, these big arcing, kind of like circling its prey.
No, they're really trying to get their angles, make sure they hit that horizontal blade at the right spot to where it doesn't cause too terribly much damage to their drum or their side armor. It's a really tough game to play.
You can see here on the back of 𝐂𝐻𝐑, though, it has a little speed ramp, you know? So, like, even if Toro was to get around to the back, it's a pretty heavily armored back plate there on 𝐂𝐻𝐑. And, you know, really favors Toro going up it.
Yeah, that's one of the things Rato told me is there's no real engineering or there's no electrical or mechanical changes they made to 𝐂𝐻𝐑. It's all armor configurations, it's all shape, it's all design changes to the actual exterior of the robot to really try to maximize its effectiveness.
𝐂𝐻𝐑 is looking great. I know that Rato has put in so much work in between competitions to improve this design. He is really doing great here against Toro. Toro needs to turn on the gas here and really kind of show us this classic Riobot style. Is the weapon on Toro down? The weapon on Toro is down, Kyle.
Yeah, that's why we're not seeing any of those gyro dancing moves that we're used to seeing from the Toro Feather team.
Wow.
Does look like they're having a little bit of struggles with their drive, too.
𝐂𝐻𝐑 ahead on the points here, killing the weapon on Toro Feather. This may be 𝐂𝐻𝐑 advancing here if they can stay alive for another 50 seconds.
Nice
wow,
hit
big
there
hit there.
Yeah.
Now the winner of this match will go on to face Waddles, super destructive horizontal. But Toro Feather is not looking great here. Down a weapon and really like not showing the aggression that you're looking for. 𝐂𝐻𝐑 landing a grinding hit there. 25 seconds left. Wow. This may be the last 20 seconds of the year for Toro Feather here at NHRL. 𝐂𝐻𝐑 could be advancing here with a judge's decision. Wow, they've both escaped the countout. They will take this one to the judges, and it may be Rato and 𝐂𝐻𝐑.
We'll have to find out what the judges have to say, but I'd say that's a pretty safe bet there, Luke.
I love the new kit on the 𝐂𝐻𝐑 team.
Yeah, they look great. And also, I just noticed this. Rato is doing this in a full rat mask and sunglasses.
Yeah, yeah. Like his view is obscured and it's UV safe. Just in case you got to fight outside or something, you know? Wow. Now, we do have an update on our last fight, the one that we just saw between the two Brazilians. The winner of that fight by unanimous judges' decision was Rato and 𝐂𝐻𝐑. Now, 𝐂𝐻𝐑 advancing to face Waddles in round 2. Fantastic work there, 𝐂𝐻𝐑. Okay. Yeah. All right, let's take a look here at the bracket. Now, we have completed round 1 of the 30-pound bracket, and we are advancing to round 2. Megatron, the #1 ranked 30-pounder, will face off against the #2 ranked Kablooey Tango. Only one of them will advance. Red Storm taking on Yahoo. Emulsifier and Vorion matching up, and Waddles facing off against our final Brazilian in the 30s, 𝐂𝐻𝐑. Now, it is wild that only 4 of these robots are going to advance to the semifinals for each.
Wagner Braga. The final will be Brazilian 𝐂𝐐𝐑 versus 𝐵𝐵𝐿𝑢. Champion 𝐂𝐵𝐑. Then a bunch of hashtags. Mandabraza, of course, Rato's dad. Team Brazil. BR, which I have been told is Brazil. However, I don't think 𝐵𝐵𝐿𝑢 will be making it to the final because I don't believe they're in it anymore.
Yes, 𝐵𝐵𝐿𝑢 was eliminated round 1 of the bracket.
Oh, J sounds or Y sounds in Portuguese, just FYI.
𝐵𝐵𝐿𝑢 was eliminated.
Where's the crown kind of situation? Maybe?
Amen to that. All right, so this is our updated 30-pound bracket. Now you will see in the semifinal round, Megatron will face off against Red Storm, but back in the quarterfinals, Emulsifier will be facing off against Vorion, and Waddles will take on 𝐂𝐵𝐑. This is going to be a very spicy bracket, this kind of lower half of the bracket here, to see who will end up facing, going into the semifinal round. I honestly don't know who's going to pull it off. It is a lot of big, powerful hitters. Anyone's game at this point. So, yeah, we'll see who's going to end up in the final bracket after this.
We'll see. Man, I'm kind of digging this little jam they got coming.
It's not bad, right?
Yeah. A lot of time. Boy.
Wow. Words of congratulations, just given back and forth, mutual respect between both teams. That was a hard-fought match. Both teams have a lot of repairs to do. But yeah, Emulsifier moves on.
I hear some creepy chanting. I'm not really...
Yeah, it's a little weird, right?
It's a little unnerving.
Yeah, it's a little strange. I don't know what's going on over there.
A little haunting.
Oh, well, there's 𝐂𝐵𝐑. It's a cool-looking bot.
I kind of appreciate that the look of 𝐂𝐵𝐑 has, to my knowledge, nothing to do with the name, nothing to do with the build. It just looks cool.
Yeah, it's not bread or anything.
No, it's just... Yeah.
It'd be kind of hilarious if it was bread.
I want just one event, him to show up with a loaf of bread with some wheels stuck on the side.
I would love that, actually.
I'm always hungry. I don't know if you know this about me. I eat a lot.
Yeah,
and,
yeah. Well, you've got to fuel all those adventures and misadventures that is your life, you know?
4,
See, I like 3 carbohydrates in my day, like carbonation, carbohydrates, and carburetors.
Yeah, I get that. One for fuel, one for fun, and one for a little extra cash on the side.
Yeah. Got it.
𝐂𝐵𝐑 is really dishing out these big hits against Waddles right off the bat. Waddles is running that vertical attachment. I am super surprised by that. I really thought they would be going into this matchup with their horizontal configuration.
That is a lot of gyro dance on Waddles' part.
Well, this is a new attachment for Waddles. They have not had that vertical attachment working throughout this entire tournament, or throughout the entire season.
You know, I wondered, Kyle, if the horizontal attachment... Wow!
Oh, no! 𝐂𝐵𝐑's a hat. It's a bread hat on flow. Get off, get off. Nice shot from Waddles once again. Far be it from me to question the Boxels. That's a great idea, running this attachment.
That is incredible.
Wow, no mercy. No mercy from Waddles and Brian Boxel.
And Waddles isn't even running full bore. Oh, you can see the light is in the arena. We've gone to great lengths to make sure that those lights don't fall down as often as they used to, and they still knock one off.
But there's so many roofings that have happened in this. That weapon on Waddles is really getting some great airtime onto 𝐂𝐵𝐑. Wow, that was a lot of weapon-to-weapon impact there. 𝐂𝐵𝐑 seems to be having some drive issues and some weapon issues.
Yeah, left-hand side is, or I guess that's the right-hand side because it's inverted.
Right.
The weapons both do seem to be working.
Yeah, 𝐂𝐵𝐑's still in it. The game is still afoot. No one's getting counted out.
Whoa.
But Waddles is just playing with the food, playing with the mini bots. They're not going after the main bot.
To be fair, Waddles has done more damage. They've shown more aggression. They've shown more control.
Yeah.
And now they can just mulch a mini bot if they want.
Grab some damage points from that. Why not? And not really kind of risk your main bot this late in the tournament.
Yeah, they're not going to lose a lot of aggression if the opponent can't make up aggression. So it's not a completely foreign strategy. It's just it's one that requires an awful lot of confidence, though.
Yeah. 12 seconds left in this matchup. Waddles still mulching that mini bot.
Yeah, I mean, if Waddles is confident.
And there we go. Nice big hit onto the side of 𝐁𝐿𝐷𝐀, and another big hit onto the side of 𝐁𝐁𝐷𝐀, and that seems to be a wheel guard that's flown off.
Yeah, bits and pieces of 𝐁𝐁𝐷𝐀 are lying about.
Oh no, there's a lot of excitement going on. Everybody's jumping around and cheering for Brian Boxel.
There is some strong and I think well-founded excitement that Brian just took home a win there.
Yeah, a lot of his WPI alums and classmates are really excited for him, cheering him on there. For our 30-pound division. Not much to look at here, folks. We're getting down to it. First up, we've got Megatron versus Red Storm, and apparently Red Storm does have a special Megatron configuration going into that matchup. We've got Emulsifier versus Waddles. What's Waddles going to come in with? Are we going to see vertical Waddles? Are we going to see horizontal Waddles?
That is hard.
They're equally as scary at this point, apparently. Yeah. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes. Either way, we are getting down to it. There's nothing else to look at in this bracket, man. It's just those two fights, and then we're into our World Championship.
Every one of those fights is going to have such a high caliber of machine, of driver, of
everything there.
With the let's go to the tale of the type. So we'll circle back.
All right, I'll tell you about this.
Yeah, Matt coming in from Hilliard, Ohio, an incredible 21-5 record. 18 of those are KOs. He is a 3-time first place winner here. Going up against Brian Boxel, another force to be reckoned with. A little bit closer, coming in from Massachusetts with a still impressive, but not quite as impressive 13-5 record. 10 KOs and a second place win. Clearly on paper, Emulsifier is the force to be reckoned with, but we have seen Waddles so dialed in today. Such good performances. It is absolutely anybody's game.
Now, I'm going to tell you this little Waddles story here because we have some time as they're loading in. This was delightful.
Okay.
Now, Waddles and 𝐁𝐿𝐷𝐀, they both came down from the pits with 2 versions of the robot each, and they were locked in suitcases, and they refused to show one another what their configuration was. Waddles had a vert and a horizontal. 𝐁𝐿𝐷𝐀 had a, what is happening here? I'm hearing cheering. Something is happening.
The crowd is pumped.
The Waddles team is amping up the crowd over there. I'm going to see if I can tell this faster. So they refused to reveal their configuration, so they had to choose one case at random, put them in, and then they opened them up, and they couldn't go back to the other configuration.
Wow. It's a Monty Hall problem of Robot World.
Absolutely.
It's incredible.
It was a factor in that fight.
Yeah, it would have to be. I mean, the configurations people are choosing from in these fights is non-trivial.
All right, now these competitors are ready to go. The box is locked here in cage 1. We've got Matt Boris and Emulsifier in the pink corner, facing off against Team WPI and Waddles.
5, 4.
And as I thought, that 3, is a immense horizontal spinner on Waddles. I think that's the right move.
Now I'm looking for massive concussive hits from...
And there is one!
Roofing all the way up into the lights. Incredible!
The wheels are starting to come off of Waddles already. Huge amounts of damage. The weapon not spinning on Waddles yet. We'll see if it can revive itself.
Matt Boris is out for blood here.
Yeah! The weapon is up!
It's been beheaded! split entirely in
module is
two.
off. Incredible. They just stripped that robot. Emulsifier is celebrating here. This is a knockout.
Wow.
All you can do is go and sign autographs. Collect your robot later, Ricky.
Yeah. My good. That is. I think that is one step up from that immense hit we saw earlier with Kablooey Tango. This is the most destructive hit we have had here today at the championships. Wow.
Now, Emulsifier will advance to the finals where they will face 𝐂𝐿𝐴𝐺𝐸 and Megatron. This is Jameson's first stop on his Triple Crown tour, Ricky. Emulsifier versus Megatron, an incredible finish here for the 30s. I cannot wait to see that fight.
Stunning, truly stunning. And don't forget, too, we are going to have the third place fight, Red Storm going up against Waddles. I'm interested to see what's left of those two robots when it comes time for that fight.
Absolutely punishing semifinals here, and yeah, Waddles and Red Storm, they're really gonna have to put themselves back together here. Let's take a look at this replay. I just love this shot of Waddles going up into the camera. Look at that.
Wow.
It just got closer and closer and closer, Ricky. Delightful. Emulsifier is one of the scariest robots here in the competition. Really, really big weapon here, and it just refused to die here in this fight. Popping off that weapon module completely. That robot was in two almost equally sized pieces at the end.
Yeah, it was very evenly bifurcated.
You can see Teams Bots FC here celebrating. They love to see the carnage and brutality from Emulsifier.
Just entrails all around around that arena.
Eric Wrigley just flashing the heart there into the camera.
Yeah,
Pretty great.
Just a lot of love.
Yeah, wow, okay.
I think, whew, I mean, what's to talk about in this bracket? It's Megatron versus Emulsifier, folks. I mean, not shown, again, is that Red Storm versus Waddles fight for third place. That does matter. There's a lot of charity money on the line for third place. But I mean, when I say a lot of money, let's be clear. That's $50,000 for third place.
$100,000 for second place.
And do tell, what comes with first place, Luke?
$150,000 donation to the STEM charity of your choice. You would take home first place.
Bonkers.
Now that's beyond the cash prize. If you know, the winner of the. All right.
With that.
This is going to be the 30-pound final. Now, entering the building here is one of our 30-pound finalists, one of the scariest verts in the competition, one of the scariest verts in the world, all the way here from Ohio, Matt Boris and Emulsifier.
Listen to that, Jim. Those are some nervous faces, Luke. A lot of intensity. Coming in.
Now coming in here into the arena, we have one of the living legends in our sport, one of the greatest of all time, 𝐂𝐿𝐴𝐺𝐸 and Megatron. loading into cage for 𝐿𝐴𝐴𝐴 and Megatron. These are robots that have faced one another in the box, and they have an even record, 2-2. These are two very evenly matched robots. Now, we haven't seen a ton of 𝐿𝐴𝐴𝐴, and we haven't seen a ton of Megatron this year, which really speaks to the absolute build quality, the design quality of these robots. It is no mystery why they are here in the finals. Let's take a look here at this factoid. Megatron's name is a reference to Jameson Go's first robot ever, Ron. So it's really actually Mega Ron.
Megatron.
Megatron. Yes. Yeah, so Jameson Go built Ron as a teenager growing up in Georgia. And, you know, like really getting into this sport very early. I mean, this is the culmination of more than a decade of really dedicated work as a combat robot builder. And you can see that in his many top championship robots across the country.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'll actually notice sometimes Megatron ends up being spelled with a capital R-O-N at the rest. Of course, we capitalize everything here, so you don't notice. Now, getting back to it, 𝐿𝐴𝐴𝐴, if we haven't stressed this enough, they are the reigning champion here.
Yeah.
They took home this award last time in a very similar fight.
Yeah, there is a golden Brett that's sitting in Hilliard, Ohio right now.
Presumably.
Yeah, and unless he's pawned it off or something.
Right.
And he is 3 minutes away from potentially bringing home a second golden Brett. These are two incredibly hard-hitting robots. The strategy for each one is different. 𝐿𝐴𝐴𝐴 really is just this big sledgehammer. Let's take a look here at this tail of the tape and talk about this. Megatron really is a control bot. It wants to pin you and then come down with this super heavy articulating hammer saw. A 25-5 record here, career all time for Megatron. And yeah, these two robots have a 2-2 record, so they are evenly split. Matt Boris here from Ohio is running a big old vert. This is a sledgehammer. What he wants to do is get your front wheels off the ground and hit you with this huge disc. There is so much weight and power in 𝐿𝐴𝐴𝐴's weapon. We've seen massive concussive hits. We've seen big 30-pound robots hit the ceiling here today with 𝐿𝐴𝐴𝐴. Now, one of the big factors, one of the X factors here is going to be those long forks on Megatron. It's going to come down to ground game here. Who's going to be able to consistently get under their opponent? And that
speaking of ground game, you can see here 𝐿𝐴𝐴𝐴 has wisely chose not to run its enormous front wedge. It is running long, presumably UHMW forks. They are going to try to out-fork Jameson. And they certainly have the equipment to do it. It's all going to come down to whether or not they can muster the driving skill.
It is thrilling to see a Megatron fight. It's thrilling to see an 𝐿𝐴𝐴𝐴 fight. This is really a dream matchup for so many fans.
Yeah, if you want carnage, you've come to the right place.
Fight, robots, fight.
Away we go. 𝐿𝐴𝐴𝐴 off to a really sharp start.
That big sound that you hear is 𝐿𝐴𝐴𝐴. Now what you're going to see is, oh, look at that, the fork getting under 𝐿𝐴𝐴𝐴, getting that robot up and using that gyro to its disadvantage here. Megatron wants to land a pin and then come down with that heavy hammer saw. And you can see that the forks on Megatron consistently getting under 𝐿𝐴𝐴𝐴.
Those are double articulated spring-loaded forks.
Good angle there on 𝐿𝐴𝐴𝐴 on Megatron. Ooh. Now it looks like that hammer saw is not spinning quite as fast as it was before.
Well, I think that might just be incidental at this point. Oh, big hit there. The rightmost fork starting to take some damage on Megatron.
Wow, shoving 𝐿𝐴𝐴𝐴 into the rail. Jameson Go switching up his drive style here, going more aggressive.
𝐿𝐴𝐴𝐴 just absolutely refusing to back down. Quite a combo there, hit after hit on Megatron by Emulsifier.
I can see foam coming out. Is that the foam from the left wheel on Megatron?
I believe so, and we have at least one missing fork on Megatron as well.
Wow, I think that might be the full tire on the left-hand side.
And a tap out.
That is a tap out. Your winner, Matt Boris, and Emulsifier, two-time reigning champion. Back-to-back wins for Matt Boris and Emulsifier. Wow, that is a lot of heavy hardware to bring back to Ohio. Two back-to-back golden Bretts. This is a robot to be feared. Let's take a look here at this replay. Now, it was fork wars for a little bit, and they were trying to get under one another, but Matt Boris and Emulsifier found those angles and started tossing Megatron, getting under Megatron, really just kind of like eating into that side, that left side drive, and eventually ripping off that wheel. 𝐂𝐻𝐑 saw the writing on the wall here and very wisely tapped out before Emulsifier sent Megatron home in a bag. We're gonna check in with Chris, who's here with Team Bots FC. Victorious here in the 30s.
Matt, you are the 2023 30-pound world champion.
That feels really good to hear.
Tell us about the day. Tell us about the year. What did it take to get here today?
You know, everyone at these events now is so tough, and the field just gets better and better. So to be able to go back-to-back and repeat as world champion is just unbelievable. And there's no way I could do it without the help of these guys. I mean, getting all the robots turned around that fast, and the mini-bot drivers and the strategizing, it all just comes together in perfect unison. And
well, you have a lot to celebrate. We're gonna get to that in a minute, but let's go back to you guys at the desk.
Whew. All right, let's take a look here at the bracket and see the path to victory here for Emulsifier.
Bracket.
Here we go. All right, now this is the path to get there. Emulsifier was a robot that was sitting there in round 2 because it was so highly ranked in the play-in rounds, defeating Vorion and then defeating Waddles to come up against Megatron. Now, these are 3 incredibly heavy hitter opponents here, Vorion, Waddles, and Megatron. There was no easy path at all through this bracket. Matt Boris absolutely earned it here today in convincing fashion.
Let's get them that hard-earned trophy, Chris.
Matt, are you ready? It's time to hoist your golden Brett. Let's hear it! Matt Boris, Emulsifier 30-pound champion! One last thing, Matt. Here is your check for $150,000 to a STEM charity of your choice. Take it.